let's focus on the Championship, because last night Southampton, Danny, beat Preston by 3-0. Now 5 points off the leaders Ipswich with a game in hand. Is it very much going to be 2 from 4 in this automatic race now? You get Ipswich, Leicester, Leeds, Southampton.
It's difficult for Southampton because of their goal difference. So even if they win the game in hand, they're still behind. They also need 2 of the 3 to mess up.
They're playing them.
Are they playing both? Are they? There you go. So they got so they are hugely in it. Yeah, yes. Then is the answer to your question. I didn't realise they were playing them. Yeah, they got Leeds away, haven't they, on the last day? I think. Fascinating stuff. You still fancy the top 2. I don't know why. Ipswich and Leicester. They seem to have been there the most. I know Leeds are a huge club and they've thrown it away, haven't they, with those 2 home games to Sunderland and Blackburn. Never expected that. They could be sitting top now.
But the thing is, Simon, Southampton have got momentum. They have 3 wins on the spin. So Russell Martin's on the charge a bit. He spoke post-match following the 3-0 win over Preston.
I think it changes the landscape a little bit. It changes the dynamic. We were written off quite some time ago, and the players have stuck at it. They've been so resilient, so together. And then when they can play like this tonight, and we just need to live there now in terms of that intensity and the courage to play football.
I think they'll be there or thereabouts, Simon.
Listen, if I'm either at Leicester or Leeds at this moment in time, I would be pretty anxious given the fact I've got to play Southampton. Southampton, if you look at the last 5 games these teams have played, Southampton have taken 10 points, Leeds have taken 5, Leicester have taken 6, and Ipswich have taken 8. So they're the form size. I got a sneaking suspicion that Southampton are going to edge in.
At whose expense?
I don't know, but they've got to play both Leicester and Leeds. Ipswich, have gone on a great run of form. They go and lose to Norwich in the big derby game, which makes no sense. But I just think Southampton have got the real momentum. They made light work of Preston last night. And Preston aren't mugs. They're a decent side that was still potentially having a little outside chance of getting near the playoffs. And they've smashed them 3-0. I just think the Southampton are the ones to really watch now. And I think that them playing, Leicester and Leeds... I tell you what.
You know what? Sometimes in football you see a story. The Ipswich one, maybe it's just meant to be. They're the small dog in the fight, aren't they? When you look at the other 3 and the wage bills and the squads and coming up from League One, going under the radar.
Yeah.
If I was to choose one out of the 4, I'd say Ipswich should do it. It's just sometimes football just does it. It throws these beautiful stories.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of mutual respect flying around. I spoke to Kieran McKenna on Sunday night, and he was talking about Russell Martin. Do not discount Southampton. And of course, last night showed that we should not discount Southampton.
I heard that. I think it was yesterday's show.
Yeah.
He sounded like he was enjoying the chat with you, Jim.
He very much was. He very much. I'm enjoying this chat with you this morning because you're very much feisty and up for the battle, which I like.
It was actually a compliment. I'm deadly serious.
Oh, I see.
He sounded engaged. He was like, he spoke really well.
Well, he had just won Championship Manager of the Year.
That's true.
So he was very happy.
Very selfless.
But I mean, it shows you what we always go on, Simon, about the Championship. It's a brutal division, but it is. I mean, 2 to go up automatically from Ipswich, Leicester, Leeds, and Southampton, and there's a fair old battle still going on. So, absolutely. I mean, when it gets to the playoffs, it will indeed live up to the brutal tide.
Well, I think, having been in that division as an owner for a number of years and seeing how competitive it was then, I think you look at this nature of this league and you look at 4 sides trying to squeeze into 2 positions with all of them having real legitimate claims at very top-end point levels. You're talking about the competitivity. You're talking about a series of sides. Hull are still in touching distance of getting inside the playoffs. I think it's a brilliant league. And, of course, then you go to the bottom of the league and you've got teams that are fighting to stay in it and are swapping positions on a weekly basis.
Right.
From Huddersfield and Birmingham and Sheffield Wednesday still in it. I mean, Rotherham are gone. But I think it's and I think whoever doesn't get promoted, I think the playoffs will be equally as intriguing. I mean, what Southampton don't want to have is all the momentum going into the last 3 games of the season and find themselves nipped out of it, and then having to carry that momentum into the playoffs, because that's a difficult thing to do.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.